basically, you remember Aaliyah, right?
Yes.
Somewhat.
Yeah, I know A-Ler. Or know of A-Ler, yeah.
So, long story short, right? She owned our weed house. That whole shit got raided. You remember that, yeah?
Yeah.
We lost the house, whatever. We was planning to kill her.
Okay.
After the fact. She had a court case, okay?
Mm.
And it was supposed to be like a couple weekends ago. Day before her court case, I find out she's been killed and an autopsy is released saying she had 13 gunshot wounds and that she's dead.
Mm.
One person on the emergency contact list and his name was Edgar. I didn't believe it because we'd had multiple conversations, me and Aaliyah, where she'd mentioned to me like the idea of faking her death.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm going to look into this a little bit. Ended up getting in contact with this Edgar guy, and by getting in contact, I mean we kidnapped him. Essentially, he just waffled the whole time, said he had no idea what we're talking about. She's dead, like, accept it, she's dead, whatever. Wasn't spilling no info. Then I looked on the sheet again and saw the name of the doctor that actually did the autopsy report. Set up like a fake thing with her, ended up coming out talking to her with a gun. I guess you could say threatening her. And she spilled the beans immediately and said that she was kidnapped and forced to fake the autopsy. So at that point, I knew Aaliyah was alive.
Right.
After I found out she was alive, I then contacted Edgar again and said, I know she's alive. Where the fuck is she? Right? And he was still denying it at this point, whatever. Fast forward a few days, I built up a bit of trust with this Edgar guy. I meet him in a car park. He puts a bag on my head and he brings me to a bunker. No idea where the bunker is. I just know it was a long ass drive to get there. Go in the bunker. Who's standing in front of me? Aaliyah. Immediately, she starts cussing me out. Just going crazy, being like, you thought you were so smart, double crossing me, he's gonna try to kill me, all this shit. Accusing me of bad stuff. I said, whoa, like, hold on. I'm just here to talk about the money that you promised. I'm trying to find out if you're alive or not. And the way she was talking to me was so peak. Edgar ended up essentially saying to her, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you moving like that? And it got to a point where he somewhat was siding with me. Now, Edgar and his people were keeping her hidden in this bunker. And then while in the bunker, Edgar said to me, listen, after the way she spoke to you, however you handle this, whatever you got to do to Aaliyah, that's your business. It won't affect our relationship. So I went down, I spoke to Aaliyah, and I said, look, you keep telling me that I'm trying to kill you when I'm not. So if that's what you're going to tell me I'm doing, that's what I'm going to do. And I said, the next time I see you, I will kill you. And then I left. I put a bag over my head. I left again. It was what it was. Now, I'm trying to work out where the fuck her safe house is and where they're keeping her. When I first met Edgar, it was in Palito, and he pulled up in a... what's that truck called? A Caracara or whatever? Like
yeah,
a 4x4?
Caracara.
And it had a race strap down the front of it. That's what he pulled up. Well, okay. That house to the right that I'm staking out right now had that exact car parked outside of it about 2 minutes after the meeting. So that combined with the fact that it was a very long drive to the spot is making me think that maybe they were keeping her in that house. Which leads us to us
he
being
knows
here.
that you're following him and it's a bait.
Wait, what do you mean?
What if he has eyes with his people surrounding and they know that you're keeping tabs on him and it's just a bait to make you think that it's there? For all you know, they could have drove around in circles.
They definitely could have. I don't think the car was a bait though, because him parking the car, that's definitely their house. Whether that's the house where they keep her, that's a different story. But that is definitely their house. Like, I'm confident on that.
Okay.
But I don't, after what happened with us, right? Edgar was kind of pissed off with Aaliyah to the point where she even stormed out at one point. So I don't know if he would still even be protecting her. So I need to work out where she is and if she's still in the safe house, where that safe house is.
Okay. Bit of a sticky one.
I think it's here. But then I also spoke to an EMS the other day after I'd seen Aaliyah alive and was like, oh, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about Aaliyah Court. She was like, it's actually an open investigation right now, so I can't talk about it. So they might know that she's alive.
Right.
But yeah, I want to just do a brief stakeout up here, see if we see him coming to and from the house.
Yeah, yeah.